Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I made a tutorial, but as some of you know, I recently moved to the States with my boyfriend and just getting situated and everything and getting a new camera and all of that process. I've been quite busy with work as well with my new job, but today I'm gonna make a tutorial, and I guess I decided to do a peachy look for today using the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and it smells like peaches. It smells so good. But I'm gonna start off with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm just gonna apply that in areas that I get oily or that I need to blur out any pores. Once that's all spread out in the T-zone area, I get oily everywhere, so I really put it anywhere and everywhere on my face. I'm gonna go in with my green concealer by NYX. Because I do not want the redness to come through the foundation, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I'm gonna be using Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. I got it at the drugstore, Walgreens, which is like Shoppers Canadian. It seems pretty legit, so just put it on the back of my hand. I'm gonna dip my beauty blender in there, and I'm gonna put it all over my face. Dab, dab, dab. The only dabbing I do. Next, I'm gonna go in with this NYX correcting palette. What is it called? Conceal Correct Contour. It's just like a mini palette. And I'm going to take my wet beauty blender and I'm going to go into this peach shade right here, and I'm going to dab that into my eyes. Actually, I'm gonna use my finger. And I'm gonna take my wet beauty blender, a mini beauty blender, and I'm gonna dab it out. When in doubt, dab it out. And then I'm going to take my Fit Me concealer by Maybelline in the shade Fair 15.
Okay, give me a moment. Okay, I found this on the web for concealer for Maybelline in the shade Fair 15. Take a look.
I didn't even touch my phone. I don't know how that happened. But I'm going to take this concealer and I'm going to put it underneath my eye in a triangle shape. Add a little bit on my lid. And usually sometimes I just use concealer as a eyeshadow primer. Works just as well. And dab it out. The lids, blend it out. I'm going to take a triangle sponge just like this and my Peachy setting powder, and I'm going to put it underneath my eyes and just on my T-zone area where I do get oily, so it will last longer throughout the day. I'm going to take my MAC 100 brush and I'm going to use that and dust away the excess powder. Just like that. And I always do set my face with a powder just because I find it's a lot easier to blend out a contour and it doesn't look muddy as it's like skipping. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but I noticed if I don't use a setting powder or a powder over top my foundation, it kind of doesn't look as blended, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to use my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC35. I'm just using this Tarte brush. I don't know the number. And for eyebrows, I'm going to use NYX Eyebrow Gel, and it is waterproof, long-lasting, and smudge-proof in the shade Black. And then I'm going to use my Anastasia angled brush in number 12 to carve out my eyebrows. And I'm just putting the product on the back of my hand like so, and dipping it and then wiping off excess product because you don't want super dark brows. Well, if you do, that's fine with me, but myself, I do not want super dark brows. I used to overfill my brows back in the day, and I'm starting off my brows in midsection just because I do have more product on my brush right now, as opposed to working my way from the front to back. I'm gonna work my way from back to front, so I have less product in the front and more product on the ends of my brow, and it has that like ombre effect. And then just taking whatever I have left on my brush and small strokes going through the brow. A little bit of product goes a long way. As you can see the difference so far, I'm still blending it out, so it's gonna lighten a little bit. And just to clean up my brows, I'm going to use the same concealer that I used for underneath my eyes with a flat definer brush by Luxie in the number 221. And I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend that all out. And just like that, the brows are all cleaned up. I find this foundation is a little light for me, so we're gonna go in with some bronzer, or my contour kit right here by NYX. I'm going to use these two shades right here, mix them up and warm up the face. I'm just going to use my MAC 160 angled brush. Tap off the excess and bronze. And I just put on too much bronzer, so I'm gonna go back in with that all over face brush, and I'm gonna blend it out. Then I'm going to be mixing these two Benefit highlighters. One is Sunbeam and the other is High Beam. And it looks just like this, kind of like a nail polish applicator. And I'm going to add it on to the tops of my cheekbones, tip of my nose, and my upper lip. Highlight. And because I do like a lot of highlighter, I'm gonna go in with my MAC highlighter, Global Glow Mineralized Skin Finish. And I'm going to take my fan brush by Quo. You can get a fan brush anywhere. And I'm just gonna add to the same spots on my face, such as my cheekbones. And if you do have acneic skin or textured skin, I suggest adding the highlight closer to your eye, not so much on the cheekbone itself, just because highlights can bring out texture in the skin or acne. Just like a little bump like that could be more defined because of the highlighter. And I'm going to be starting off with this shade right here called Georgia. Right here. And I'm going to be taking my MAC 221. Yes, my MAC 221 brush. And I'm going to add that in the crease as a transition color, and because I have hooded lids, I'm going to be going higher than my actual crease in my eye, just to give that bigger eye effect, to make my eyes look bigger. And you want to be adding this crease color in circular motions. This palette smells so good. All I can smell is peaches right now. And then I'm going to take my crown brush in the C330 Pro Blending Crease. And I'm just going to take that same shade, Georgia, and just blend it all out. Next, I'm going to take the Candied Peach shade right here, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. And I'm just using my Luxie 221 concealer brush, and I'm tapping on the product onto my entire lid. And then I'm just going to take my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray the same brush. And I'm going to go into the shade called Just Peachy right here. And I'm going to put that shimmery shade all over my lid. And when you dampen your brush, it makes the eyeshadow appear a lot more pigmented as opposed to a dry brush. And then I'm going to take that same Luxie brush with the Georgia shade. I'm going to blend everything out so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to take this white peach shade right here, and I'm going to add it at my brow bone and the inner corner of my eyes. And for that, I'm going to use my MAC 224 brush for my brow bone. I also went in with this Nectar shade right here, mixing these two together for the brow bone. And then I'm going to take my MAC 219 brush, and I'm going to use that with the Nectar shade and put it on the inner corner of my eye. And lastly, I'm going to take this shade right here called Luscious and this shade right here called Caramelize, and I'm going to mix those two together, and I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. And the brush I'm using for that is a Royal and Langnickel Smoke Eye. So now that's smoked out on the bottom before applying mascara. And I'm gonna go in with this NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. I'm just gonna add it to my waterline. Now mascara, and I'm going to use the Smashbox X-Rated Volume Mascara. I'm going to add it to both top and bottom lashes. And I'm not going to add any eyeliner because I just want the eyeshadow to really pop, and I'm going to go in with some false lashes, and I'm going to use the Ardell Wispies. This one came in a pack of 2, and it came with glue and the tweezers that you apply with. All close up and personal. Now that the lash glue is getting tacky, I'm going to apply the lashes. And then I just use my tweezers and I squeeze my real lashes and the false lashes together, getting it as close as I can to the lash line. Next, I'm just going to add a thin layer of mascara with my real and false lashes to blend everything together. And I forgot to add blush, so I'm going to use MAC Peaches just for the overall peachy look. I'm just going to be taking this Wet n Wild blush brush right here, and I'm going to be adding it to that both of my cheeks. And for lip color, I'm going to be using ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade BFF. And I'm just going to apply that color all over my lips. And this is the finished look. Thank you for watching, and if you have any recommendations or other videos you want to see, just comment down below. If you have any questions, also leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.